Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil! Somewhere here all by your lonesome, but that's something.
Brocious gave me no choice but to take his life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true. Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo. I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did. I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape. And that's where I thought I'd find him.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Yeah, besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them evil. I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it. It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Once that asshole's dead. You can't fix the innocent. You know who we are.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments.
Even me.
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings.
Time to die.
Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's sons. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life,
Put that moron out.
stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
You're dead.
Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. If Daddy had lived to see Alfred Nobel's explosive invention, my guess is he would have told Samuel Colt to kiss his ass. Dangerous, desperate individual.
You're done.
Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot. That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach. I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was tough.
Son of a bitch!
That was just too damn close.
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam.
You know who you are! Show yourself!
Or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere.
Watch out for the goddamn gunpowder!
One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone. Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No. I thought I was some kind of hero. I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny. But first, I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no turning back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense. It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way. Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around. And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it.
Kill that stupid son of a bitch! You can't hide forever!
Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell. A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
I'm here! Get out of here! I do not deserve to die like this!
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked. I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come. With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, the body has to know what he's shooting at. All it takes is one tiny spark, and boom.
Surprise! I will drop you down a mine shaft. Shit! That's bad enough. Time to blow your shit up.
As a boy, I always loved the 4th of July.
Thank you! You must be about out of bullets. Me and you!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tube.
Surprise! You ain't beefing me. Get him!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Take that asshole out! Get him! I do not deserve to die like this!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Take that asshole out! You can run, but you can't.
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
There he is!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Thank you! Time to blow your shit up! Surprise! Get him! Come out, you yellow bastard!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb.
Take that asshole out! Murderer!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb. It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith. I was determined not to give up, however. That Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged. That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob. And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water.
I do not deserve to die like this! You see that?
But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route. Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
I will drop you down a mine shaft. Time to blow your shit.
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
This day is just getting worse and worse for you, ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
You can run, but you can't hide forever! I can shoot too! That's what I need a dustpan to pick you up! Keep pissing me off! See what it gets! Yella! They're gonna bury you in a million pieces! No blood for you today! That one, didn't ya? Oh, guess you've had enough. I'm going full medieval on your ass!